off. Hopefully our old viewers come back in. This is part 2. That's how it's a lot. Why did I got this window all the way up? Alright, like 3/4 of the way up. Alright, back to the P. Diddy trial.
So kind of a lot about how Diddy was jealous and how, you know, other partners or his other relationship partners. So for example, Cassie, they also mentioned Gina, somebody I talked about in some stories I had done. She had talked about how Diddy was physically violent with her in a podcast episode, for example. And so that was kind of her mention on, you know, what the government was talking about as far as, you know, alleged victims in this case and that type of sort. They had mentioned Kim Porter and how Cassie was jealous of Kim Porter's relationship with Diddy and that type of thing. And then everything kind of ended as soon as Kim Porter had passed away. Cassie went to her memorial service, and that was the last time she had seen Diddy.
Cassie signed the gag order, but the bodyguard didn't. The bodyguard that's telling everything right now.
Some of these freak off videos, but they say that it was taken from Cassie's devices, not Diddy's devices. And so
now he's trying to put the clip blame on Cassie.
With Diddy for a number
I'm
of
sure
years,
he did do it on her device.
You know, they want jurors to evaluate her motive to testify. When they were talking about Jane Doe, it was the same thing, that this was a jealous relationship. Jane wanted to be more public, whereas Diddy, you know, he flaunted other relationships that weren't with Jane and that type of thing. So those are some of the biggest takeaways from the defense's openings, as well as the government's openings as well too.
These are the arguments we anticipated. Now, obviously, there's a lot more detail to it. We're hearing it in an official capacity. And these jurors, while they might have heard certain aspects of this case, this is the first time, presumably, both arguments are being positioned to them for the first time in such a very particular way. And this is opening statements. It's not evidence, but it is the start, the official start of Sean Combs' criminal trial. Elizabeth Milner, thank you so much for reporting. Go back into that court.
Let's go to this one.
How old do you look? I don't know. Let's see what this face age thing says. You're gonna be an old fart. I'm not gonna be an old fart. You're gonna be an old.
You used to be able to drift between the pillars here until they put all this stupid shit. And you know, these bike lanes, all they're doing is causing this. We're gonna do that video about the bike lanes later today. They're causing this congestion, they're causing traffic, and as part of you will own nothing, you will have nothing, everything will be a subscription service, and you will have to like subscribe to your car service, and you'll be happy with it. There's people walking in the courtroom, it looks like. I thought they were going to talk. Do you think the 2016 hotel video will be a crucial place? Yes, I say. Do you guys, hey, comment, do you guys think that 2016 video, comment yes or no, do you think if that video, them showing him grabbing the girl that came running out of the room and grabbing her by the ankles, what's her name, Cassie, grabbing her by the ankles, and P. Diddy pulling her back into the hotel room supposedly for a freak off? Do you guys think, what do you guys think? Comment what you think that'll have. What kind of, what kind of impact on his trial that would have.
Diddy be held accountable?
Diddy the diddler.
For the last 30 years. Why did nobody speak out then?
He drugs them.
Stuck, like in a trance.
He got away with it.
This guy is nothing but a dirtbag.
Pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
A whole bunch of trouble now.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the
Out of business.
which he called freak-offs. Freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers,
Days at a
often
time.
involved
God
a
damn.
variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and
Ketamine.
GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant.
I wonder if they just have word of mouth about the drugs, or I wonder if any of the girls like actually got drug tested and they know for sure it's just not word of mouth and they actually have facts to back up. I mean, I'm sure it's true, but I wonder if they actually have the facts to back that part up about the drug shit.
World of Diddy freak-offs has physical requirements
More than
for
just
all
word of
women taking
mouth.
part,
I mean,
and is now public.
like
A
video
list?
footage, something.
A requirement list for what you have to wear, or better put,
What?
not wear. Forget the grand jury.
You gotta wear a
That's
certain
meaning
outfit?
about
What
new
the
terms.
fuck?
I've got to deal with this list. No short hair, no
What?
flab, no cellulite. Must wear stilettos.
What?
Must be young and hot. Must wear low cut shirt with or dress with cleavage showing. Their words, not mine.
Oh, that's
Dress
for
to
the
be very
Diddy
short,
party
just enough to
requirements. I'm
cover
sorry, not the
butt
court.
cheeks.
I was like,
Dr.
wait, you gotta
Bethany
wear that to
Marshall,
court?
I hate to get you jacked up at the very beginning. Dr. Bethany, I'm almost joking about this so-called entry list. No flab, no cellulite, nobody over 140 pounds. Scales were used. If there was a question, the lady, the young girl, had to get on a set of scales. And if she was over,
What about if they were like, let's say, what if they were like tall? Like, what if the girl was like 5'11" or something, that she still had to be under 140 pounds? Let's say she was even 6 feet. I mean, 140 pounds for a 6-footer is very, very anorexic.
140 pounds, she could not come into the party.
What if they were
Your
141 pounds?
breasts have to be showing, no pants, no jeans.
Nancy, this reveals so many things about P. Diddy's character. First of all, these women are just objects. Remember, he's a voyeur as well. He likes to see people having sex. Now, think about the mindset of a sex addict, which clearly he's sexually compulsive. What they want is arousing images around them all the time.
Straight out to Rob Shooter, a longtime colleague, host of Naughty But Nice podcast. He was Combs's publicist for many years. He was also Jennifer Lopez's publicist, and
I'll get
he
to
has
the
attended
comments in a
many
minute.
white parties. Okay, first question to you, and I'm honor bound to ask this, Rob Shooter. When you say that you attended the white parties, number one, were you subjected to the requirements to attend a white party?
A white party? That sounds
did you weigh
racist
over
as hell.
140 pounds? Did you wear a
The
short
truck's on it.
dress where your, quote, butt cheeks show? Were you wearing stilettos? Were you, quote,
was saying about that.
sexy
What
with
you
low
talking
cut
to?
top? Because those are some of the requirements that had to be met before you could put one toe in a Diddy white party translation. You had to wear all white. Also,
Like, so it's a translation, you had to wear all white, not all white people.
have to stand on a set of scales,
Comment.
which were
You
right
guys
there
talk
as people were
amongst yourself
entering to
for a
make
minute
sure you
while
weren't
you're
over
listening.
140 pounds. And were you subjected
And then I'll
to
intervene and
an
read the comments in a
age
few minutes. here.
request? Were you asked how old are you? So if you could just clear the air right now and answer those questions, Shooter.
Perfect commercial. Let's read some of these comments. All right. What do we got to start with here? Wonderful. I already got it. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. I'm glad Johnny gave it to me. Big sausage from Canada. Yes, I will send an email to. Hey, Vic Sausage from Canada, though. Here's the thing. Tell me this. Are you happy with your new president? Because from what I heard, he's much better than your old president. How do you, Canada guy, how do you feel about your current president? Then we got Davis. Oh, man, I got dirt on my screen. Advocate, whatever. I got dirt on my screen. I gotta wash out my screen. But anyways, here. Why are we sending Ted emails? I'm the only one that's supposed to be sending Ted emails, not you guys. I mean, if you guys, I mean, here, well, either way, I'm the one that's supposed to be doing that. That's for me and Ted to talk about, but whatever. Anyways, continuing on. Hold on, I gotta get rid of that. We'll do that later. I'm glad Johnny gave it to me. I didn't give it to you. I didn't give you shit, Wonderful. I didn't give you no email. The fuck you talking about? Alright, the next comment says... That's why I'm trying to read the next comment. Oh wait, we're missing...
You a clip from TikTok, and it's coming at a really
we're missing
butt
things.
cheeks. Dr. Bethany Marshall, I
I'm
hate
gonna
to get
turn that
you
down and
jacked
read
up
these.
at the very
I
beginning.
gotta wrap this up. I gotta
Dr.
find these
Bethany,
migrants at the Marine base.
I'm almost
And they're
joking,
getting some
almost
tacos from,
joking
Arturo
about
House.
this so-called entry list. No flab,
Canada
no
guy, though,
cellulite,
how do you
nobody
like your
over
new
140
president?
pounds. Scales were used. Scales were used. If there was a question, the lady, the young girl, had to get on a set of scales. And if she was over 140 pounds, she could not come into the party.
So
Your
141,
breasts
she couldn't
have
come
to be
in there.
showing, no pants, no jeans.
Nancy, this reveals so many things about P. Diddy's character. First of all, these women are just objects. Remember, he's a voyeur as well.
Devil's
He likes to
advocate.
see people having sex. Now, think about the mindset of a sex addict, which
We're
clearly
at
is
that. Why are we
sexually
texting Ted?
compulsive.
Anonymous 13. I prefer to remain anonymous. Sorry, Ted.
All the time.
Blue Horn. I missed it. Why are we exchanging emails? It's for me and him, Blue Horn. Wonderful. Johnny's wife doesn't know how to use emails, so Ted gave it to me. What do you feel? My wife knows how to use emails just fine. What the hell are you talking about? You are really crazy, and that's how I know you're Joyce Lou on Facebook.
First question to you, and I'm honor bound to ask this,
Rascal up to
Rod
no
Shooter.
good. Is Canada
When you
part of the
say
USA
that you
now?
attended
Not
the
yet,
white
but I hope
party's
they will
number
be very
one,
soon.
Were you subjected to the
They should be.
requirements to attend a white party? In other words, did you weigh
They're
over
gonna- hopefully
140
Trump can pull
pounds?
it off.
Did you wear a
Back to
short
Diddy.
dress where your quote butt cheeks show? Were you wearing stilettos? Were you quote sexy with a low cut top? Because those are some of the requirements.
But
that
did you
had to
go
be met
in
before you
there,
could put one
go
toe
into that
in
party?
a Diddy
See, here's
white
the-
party translation.
See, here's the other thing you gotta look at. Did these women go in there knowing that they were going to be doing those things, and during the course of doing those things, they're supposed to be getting paid for it and compensation money? There's our target. There are 2 rows. Western and Armitage. Go get some food there. I'm on my way to get some food there right now, actually. So here, back to his little